Hey guys! Welcome back to our second video lesson of this week. I'm Lynn, I'm your teacher from the corner, and today we start this second nice video lesson of the week. So how are you feeling? Are you feeling good? Great! Well, today I feel a bit tired, because I haven't slept enough. Oh, I stayed up until 2 a.m. in the morning watching a fashion show on television. It was crazy. Look, there was this model who was wearing this pink dress. She looked beautiful in it, and she was walking gracefully, but the dress was too long. It was really super long. So suddenly she tripped and she fell on her knees, and she got up very quickly, but she fell down again. Unbelievable. And then there was another model wearing a hat, right? But the hat was too big for his head. And of course, he couldn't see anything, so he hit his head against a wall. Oh my goodness, it was terrible. And then another one, there was a very tall model. She was she was too tall. And she was wearing jeans which were not long enough. So they were too short. She was very tall and the jeans were not long enough, so it was a bit ridiculous. Very strange, all in all. Well, that was my experience from last night. What about you? Are you having a good time? Let's focus on our new activities for today, shall we? Right, let's open our pupils book. Remember, always for the lesson, get ready with your pupils book, your workbook and a notebook, just in case you need to write down some information. Okay, so open our pupils book on page 61. We're going to start, if you go to page 61, I have my book here, you open your books, page 61, you will see it's grammar, but we will go directly to exercise number 5. Exercise number 5, which is a listening. Listen and choose the correct answer.
Track 2.49. Listen and choose the correct answers. 1. Which jacket does the boy like best?
Look at all these jackets. Which one do you like? Well, I don't like the striped one much. Really? No, it's too colourful. And it isn't fashionable enough. Is this spotted one too colourful? I like that. It's more casual. But I think it's too heavy. I like the plain one best. I think it's fashionable. Oh, good. It's cheaper than the others.
2. Which girl is Pete's sister?
Is that your sister, Pete? With the dark hair? No, she's too young. And my sister has long blonde hair. That's my sister. She's wearing a striped top. Oh yes, I can see her. She's wearing jeans that aren't long enough. Hang on. Oh no, that isn't her. My sister has a striped top and a plain skirt. Oh yes, I can see her.
3. Which man is Millie's dad?
Can you see Dad, Millie? It's too busy here. No, I can't. Is he wearing that old hat that is so unfashionable? Millie, that's his favourite hat. It's really comfortable. But no, he isn't wearing it. He's wearing his green jacket and a striped scarf. Look, there he is. I don't believe it. He's bought another hat. He thinks he's so fashionable. Come on. He looks smart.
All right. So, did you get the question answers? Let's go through the answers together, shall we? Right. So, which jacket, number one, which jacket does the boy like best? A, B, or C? Yes, the correct answer is B. Yes, the plain jacket, less expensive. Question number two, which girl is Pete's sister? A, B, or C? B, excellent. B is Pete's sister. What about number three? Which man is Millie's dad? A, B, or C? Excellent, it's A. Well done. Now, let's move on to a second listening, shall we? So, number 6, we are going to listen to the audio in number 6. But before we do, let's read the questions together so we know what we have to listen to. Okay? So, exercise number 6, question number 1, why doesn't the boy like the striped jacket? Number 2, which jacket is cheaper than the others? Number 3, what does Pete's sister look like? Number 4, what's Pete's sister wearing? Number 5, why can't Mum find Millie's dad? And number 6, what's Millie's dad's favourite hat like? What it is like, okay? So let's listen to the audio, listen again, and let's write the answers on your notebook or on your pupil's book. Are you ready? Let's go.
Track 2.50. Listen again and answer the questions. 1.
Look at all these jackets. Which one do you like? Well, I don't like the striped one much. Really? No, it's too colourful. And it isn't fashionable enough. Is this spotted one too colourful? I like that. It's more casual. But I think it's too heavy. I like the plain one best. I think it's fashionable. Oh, good. It's cheaper than the others.
2.
Is that your sister, Pete? With the dark hair? No, she's too young. And my sister has long blonde hair. That's my sister. She's wearing a striped top. Oh yes, I can see her. She's wearing jeans that aren't long enough. Hang on. Oh no, that isn't her. My sister has a striped top and a plain skirt. Oh yes, I can see her.
3.
Can you see Dad, Millie? It's too busy here. No, I can't. Is he wearing that old hat that is so unfashionable? Millie, that's his favourite hat. It's really comfortable. But no, he isn't wearing it. He's wearing his green jacket and a striped scarf. Look, there he is. I don't believe it. He's bought another hat. He thinks he's so fashionable. Come on, he looks smart.
Okay, so now you can pause this video so that you have time to answer all the questions. If you want to go back to the listening, listen, pause, write your answers, listen, pause, and write your answers. When you finish, you can continue watching. Okay, let's check the answers then. So for number 1, why doesn't the boy like the striped jacket? Because it's too colourful and it isn't fashionable. Too many colours and it's not fashionable at all. Right, what about number 2? Question number 2. Which jacket is cheaper than the others? The plain jacket. Very good. Plain jacket, cheaper than the rest. What about number 3? What does Pete's sister look like? That's it. She has long blonde hair. Right, very good. What about question number 4? What's Pete's sister wearing? That's right, she's wearing a striped top and a plain skirt. Right. Question number 5. Why can't Mum find Millie's dad? Because it's too busy. Too many people around. It's too busy. And number 6. What's Millie's dad's favourite hat like? What do you think? Yes, it's unfashionable. Not fashionable, but comfortable. Quite comfy, yeah, comfortable. Well done, guys, well done. Right, so let's move on. Now let's turn the page on page 62. Let's go to page 62, which it says, whoa, book club, the princes who didn't want to be different. So here you're going to listen and read a fairy tale about a modern princess. Let's have a look at question number 1 in exercise 1. So, what do you know about fairy tales? Do you know anything about fairy tales? Do they start or end with once upon a time? Exactly. They start with once upon a time, there was a princess that lived on her own in the woods. This is a fairy tale. Let's see question number 2. Do they usually have a happy or an unhappy ending? That's right. They usually have a happy ending. Yeah, fairy tales are normally they end up in a happy way. And finally, question number 3, which fairy tales do you know? Do you know Aladdin, or the Beauty and the Beast, or the Snow Queen, Snow White? Frozen was based on that story, you know. Frozen is a very popular fairy tale and it was based on the Snow Queen, yeah? Let's listen to this one, and after you listen, answer the questions in exercise 2. The questions are these. Let's read them together. Was the princess happier at the beginning of the story or at the end of the story? And number 2, what were her clothes like at the beginning of the story and at the end? What were her clothes like? Okay, ready? Let's have a listen to it.
CD 3. Track 3.1. Listen and read. Then answer the questions. The princess who didn't want to be different. Once upon a time, there was a princess who lived in a palace with the king and queen. Princess Priscilla had lots of clothes and games, but she was unhappy. One morning, she was looking at her diary when she noticed the date. "It's the 21st century," she cried. "Why am I wearing this unfashionable dress and this uncomfortable crown made of gold?" She had an idea. She took off her crown and ran down the stairs. She put on her father's coat and hurried to the bus stop. In town, Priscilla ran through the market. "Buy my bracelets," said a man. "They're made of silver." "Beautiful leather shoes," said a woman. "They're made in Italy." "No, thank you," shouted Priscilla. At last, she arrived at the shop. She tried on some comfortable leggings, a striped sweatshirt, a spotted hat, and some trainers. "I'd like these clothes," she said. "And you can sell this dress." The shopkeeper looked surprised. "Really?" he said. The fabric is beautiful. It's called silk, said Priscilla. It's used to make dresses that are worn by princesses. Priscilla ran out of the shop. Do you want to play? Asked some children who were playing football in the square. Oh, yes, please, said Priscilla, kicking the ball. Later, at the palace, the king and queen didn't recognize their daughter. It wasn't the clothes, it was her enormous smile. From that day, Priscilla often played with her new friends from the town, and they all lived happily ever after.
Okay, that was a nice story from Priscilla, the princess. Let's try to answer the questions, shall we? So, was the princess happy at the beginning of the story or at the end? What do you think, guys? She was happier at the end of the story. She had a big, big smile, didn't she? Good. What about number 2? What were her clothes like at the beginning of the story and at the end? Well, at the beginning, they were smart, old-fashioned, beautiful, and expensive. But at the end, they were casual, cheap, old and second-hand. Yes, that's right. Okay, so here we have, this is the last bit of this second video lesson of the week. Now, I'll give you some homework, okay? So, I want you to open your activity book on page 54. For next class, do exercise number 3 and exercise number 1 on page 55. Okay, so we have activity book, page 54, exercise 3, then page 55, exercise 1. Right? Okay, so this was the end of the class. Good luck with you guys, with you this week, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye!